My name is Dakota. I'm a certified prosthetist and orthotist with Spao, Ottobock.Care. Whether you are an experienced prosthesis or orthosis user, or whether you're a novice, or whether you are a family friend member or a support worker trying to figure out the correct way to clean the prosthesis or orthosis, this video is for you. So as a prosthetic user, chances are you might be using a liner. So the first way that we like to clean the liner is we'll grab onto this liner, we'll completely invert it. And what we'll do is we'll have some lukewarm water with us. We'll have a towel. And what we like to use is Dermaclean. Dermaclean is a soap that is pH neutral. It's not going to do anything harmful to the liner or anything to the materials. I've also got a bit of a towelette. What we like to do to begin is pull the lid off. I like to put my hand inside the liner, spray all over. And using that lukewarm water, wipe it down like so. Now it's a good habit to get into this every single day. However, that can be repetitive, so every second day is okay. Pat it dry. Using a towel, what you can do is you can roll the towel up like so. Flip the liner the correct way. Grabbing onto the end of the towel and pulling the liner over the towel. This ensures that the inside of the liner is going to dry correctly. Now we can leave that. What you might use as well is a suspension sleeve. Now this also has the chance to get dirty and grimy. So we'll do the exact same using the Dermaclean or a pH neutral soap. Maybe a baby soap is also okay. And we'll do the same. So here I have a prosthesis with me. Sometimes when you go into salt water, or whether your prosthesis allows you to go into salt water, or maybe you go into fresh water, sometimes the grime can build up. And what that means is there may be a sheen on the outside, it may have some odor to it. A good idea is to consistently clean the exterior of your prosthesis. And what we do is using spray and wipe, or like I said, even Dermaclean still, what we'll do is we'll spray it on the outside. Use some of our lukewarm water and do the same thing. Now, as I mentioned, you can sometimes go into salt water. Consult your prosthetist on that. If your componentry is saltwater proof, in reality, nothing is truly corrosion proof. So what we like to do after it is submerged is wash it down with fresh water, and a good idea is to always take the foot shell off. Typically, when you go into salt water, you'll be crossing some sand. Sand has the capacity to get into the prosthetic foot. What we do here is we try and release the foot collar from the foot shell. And sometimes, depending on your foot, what we can do is we can use our fingers to pull it off the back and pull the foot shell off. Sometimes it isn't possible. Sometimes pulling the prosthetic foot shell off is a little bit too tough. Depending on the type of foot, some are easier and some are harder. Another way is get a shoehorn. A shoehorn, typically one with a notch on the end. And what you can do is you can go into the side of the foot and pull it around towards the back. and getting to the back, then you can lever it off. And take it off like so. We'll put this to the side. The foot collar can stay on the prosthesis. This is called the Spectra sock. The Spectra sock protects the prosthetic foot from any abrasive materials that might get in there. Something like sand, dirt, red dust if you're out west. Now we take that off. Often there's a bit of dust in here, and what you can do is you can also wipe that down with your towel. Now, inspect your Spectra sock. Spectra socks may get holes in them, and if so, keep it in mind, and next time you see your prosthetist at your review appointment, ask them to exchange the Spectra sock. Regardless of holes, put this Spectra sock back onto the prosthetic foot, pull it nice and taut, using a bench, use the shoehorn, slide in around the side and slide the prosthetic foot in. The prosthetic foot finishes about here, and then the foot shell has a lip for it to go into, so make sure you push the prosthetic foot all the way. Pull the Spectra sock through, put the foot collar back on. If you're a prosthetic user who uses volume management socks, often these are made of cotton or other machine washable materials, so feel free to machine wash them. Otherwise you can hand wash them if that is your preference. This one here, this is a standard off-the-shelf AFO. What we'll do is the machine washable component can come off the top, and that can be machine washed or hand washed, and then you can place that back on once that's done. If you have a custom made plastic AFO, typically you will be wearing a sock, an AFO sock, but regardless, sometimes odours, grime can build up over its lifetime. And what you can do with that is using the same cleaning products. Typically we like to use the pH neutral soaps, and you can put that in there, and as so, lukewarm water, and wipe that in. Now leave that somewhere to dry, but don't leave that out in the sun, because what can happen is, because it is plastic, it is meltable, so leaving it out in the sun may result in some amount of deformity. There you go. Now you know how to clean your prosthesis or your orthosis. If you have any further questions, contact your Spao Ottobock.Care facility. That's Spao Ottobock.Care.